It's 1 a.m. and I am so tired. Part of me is like wondering, I'm like, do I just cancel this video? Like, do I just give up? I had this dream last night where I had the opportunity to perform with Noah Khan. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. Today we are doing a reading vlog of the long-awaited, highly anticipated Caraval series. Yes, this is a Caraval series reading vlog. However, I have already read the book Caraval. It just did not occur to me to make a reading vlog reading the whole series until I was about to start Legendary, and then I was like, oh wait, that would be a really cool video idea. This second book follows the sister. So the first book follows this girl named Scarlett. There's this Caraval. She's always wanted to go. And then she gets invited, like right before her wedding, she gets invited to go. You know, her sister's like, hey, we should go. And then her sister like leaves. And the whole thing is like her trying to find her sister and chase down her sister. And then it turns out that her sister becomes a prop in the game. And so it's all this tea and drama. However, the second book is about the deal that the sister made with the Carnival or the Caraval master. This is a plot that I'm more interested in, but I feel like the character I might not be as interested in. I just wanted to say, yes, I have already read Caraval, and we're going to start with the second book, Legendary. Later in this vlog, I'm going to give you some of my thoughts and opinions on Caraval. I'm not just going to leave you guys out there to dry. This also is going to be a spoiler-free reading vlog. And if you like what you see, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe down below. Let's get into reading and finishing the viral sensation book talk amazing series written by the famous and beautiful and lovely Stephanie Garber, the Caraval series. I guess what I'm trying to say is, you guys are making me feel like I'm the man. I keep holding out hope that it's gonna be like, oh my gosh, like Julian is legend and Dante is the Prince of Hearts. I'm specifically holding out hope that Dante is the Prince of Hearts because I have a feeling that I might actually end up liking Dante more than I like Julian. Not that I don't like Julian, but just being honest. Okay, here is like, please ignore the clip on my head. But here's one thing that's always getting me in this book. It's like, everybody's like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Who did this? Who said this? What's the tea? And Julian stays just like dropping hints and dropping like important information. Like this piece of information that he just told Tella, that would have been incredibly useful like one book ago. He let it slip and then he was like, oh yeah, by the way, this important piece of information. I just find myself absolutely adoring all of the magical elements so much, and then I turn around like 5 seconds later and I'm just like frustrated. I'm 100 pages in, and so far nothing has happened, but simultaneously everything has happened. The pacing of these books is just like not my cup of tea. I kind of wonder if it's related to her like blurring the lines between magic and reality, or if that's just the way that Stephanie Garber writes. I also have an issue with like how many secrets and lies there are. I just feel like that things are kind of thrown out there without there being any like tension or like reason for the secrets. Like there are so many lies that like just don't need to be lies. And another thing is like they make these really big deals out of things that there's like no like, okay, for example, in the first book, Scarlett thinks that Julian is somebody who he's not, and the second that she has that thought, she confronts him about it. Like, there's no tension, nothing happens, there's no stakes, because everything is resolved immediately. I do like Tella as a main character more than Scarlett. I feel like in comparison, Scarlett and Julian are super boring. Like, Dante is super cool, and every time that Julian shows up in this book, I'm like, wow, I kind of hate him a little bit. Julian's kind of giving me the ick, to be honest. Julian's giving like Dean from Gilmore Girls, and I don't love that. I'm still hoping that Legend is going to be this young hot guy and he's going to be a love interest, but I'm starting to think that's not going to be possible. Bro, that's so cool to have your entire night sky. Right now I'm at home, like in my childhood bedroom. We're gonna have a sleepover with Legendary and finish it. I'm halfway through the book and we are finishing it tonight. There is this histographer. Her name was like Aiko or Aiko. She worked as a histographer, immortalizing the history of Caraval by drawing significant events in a magical notebook. Like, she works for Legend, no? Like, she works for Caraval. My question is, why in the world would Caraval need, like, this girl who draws, like, random pictures in a notebook? Also, what is the application process to work for Caraval? Like, how did she get this job? Well, I guess I know how Julian got his job, but like, how did Dante get his job? Like, I don't. You can't be serious right now. Oh. I knew. Oh my gosh. There's no way. I wonder if she like hid it in the name or something. It's times like these I wish I read as fast as Destiny said well. I always knew from, and this isn't a spoiler, I always knew from the very beginning of Caraval, I was like, I am going to love Legend. Now here we are. Let's knock out these last 40 pages and go home. Literally, why is she gonna do that? Oh my gosh, what if he just, and then it wouldn't even be that big of a deal. It's 3 a.m. It's 3:04 a.m. and I just finished Legendary by Stephanie Garber. I need time to collect my thoughts. It's really late. I will catch you guys in the morning. Okay Okay, good morning guys. It is the next day. So I think I'm actually sick. Also gonna be honest with you guys, so this video is supposed to come out tomorrow. The video that I'm literally filming right this minute is supposed to come out tomorrow. I'm obviously not as organized as some of your faves. In order for this video to come out tomorrow, I have got to read finale today. So welcome to the readathon portion of this vlog, but I'm also sick. So welcome to the sick readathon portion of this vlog. Filmed an entire wrap-up of my thoughts on Caraval, and I was not in frame for like any of that footage. As you can probably tell, this is a Caraval reading vlog, except I'm not reading Caraval in this vlog. If you want to see my honest, like raw thoughts and opinions whilst reading Caraval, you can actually go check out my last vlog, which was a travel and reading vlog, where I finished We Hunt the Flame, We Free the Stars duology, and I start Caraval in that vlog. Honestly though, my reactions were not that, interesting. Legendaries where all the tea is at, so honestly, the footage that you're getting this time is way more entertaining than that footage, I promise. Caraval follows this girl named Scarlet. She's like engaged to be married. Her father's super abusive, and honestly her abusive father kind of gave me Wattpad energy, so maybe that was what threw me off. I don't know. And that's the plot of Caraval. I flew through this book. Absolutely flew through this book. In my personal opinion, I thought the characters were like low-key boring, maybe? Scarlet just isn't my cup of tea. But honestly, I like Scarlet better in the second book than I do the first book. I feel like that the first book is a severe injustice, whatever, against Tella and Dante. Because Tella and Dante are super interesting, fun characters, but the way that Scarlet views them is so surface level that it makes me not want to read about them. I literally remember starting Legendary and being like, I don't want to read about Tella because I just can't stand her, and then by the end of the book I was like, I love Tella. She's one of my favorite characters to ever exist, period. I think Julian was probably the most interesting character, and I personally did not love what the tea was at the end of the first book because I felt like Julian had a lot more potential to have, drama and tea and a big reveal, and I just felt like kind of let down by the fact that that just was not really the case. I think that Caraval is a fine setup for Legendary. Caraval was really more of a 3-star book for me, but Legendary was definitely like a 4.5-star book for me. That being said, I absolutely adore Stephanie Garber. I have to keep reminding myself that Caraval was Stephanie Garber's debut novel, so her writing isn't as mature as it could be. She still had lots to learn, and I think that Caraval, the Caraval series in general, is a great read for anyone aspiring to be an author because Stephanie Garber is just so honest throughout the entire process. And if you read her acknowledgments and you read her bonus material, you can see how she actually grew as a writer and an author during, the writing process. Especially in Legendary, you can kind of see how she wrote different endings and different drafts and whatever so many different times. I can see this person as a person who is just writing, she's learning, and she's growing, and she's taking advice. Anyway, I just wanted to give you my complete thoughts on Caraval and Stephanie Garber, apparently, because I literally love her, and even though I know I didn't give Caraval a glowing review, it just wasn't my personal favorite, but I love the ideas and I love the imagery. I think Stephanie Garber's great at immersing you and into the story and the world building and whatever, and I'm excited to start finale because Legendary was genuinely so good. First 100 pages of Legendary were not giving. The last 340 served. Yes, everything about that was so good. The stakes were finally high. The tension was finally there. And that's all I was asking for in Caraval. So to get the payoff in Legendary was legendary. hard to make this a vlog worth watching, but I literally feel so sickly that I'm just laying in bed. Like, I'm literally just laying down and reading this book. 9:30. I am 140 pages into finale. The fate of this vlog is very up in the air. This is honestly my fault for not planning better. Absolutely hilarious that Scarlett has seen her emotions in colors since the very beginning of the first book. We are now halfway through the third book before she ever thinks to like maybe share that information with anyone. Like, I don't know why. I was just naive to assume that they already knew this information about her, but apparently they did not. It's 1 a.m. and I am so tired. Part of me is like wondering, I'm like, do I just cancel this video? Like, do I just give up? Good morning, everyone. It is 9 a.m. We are gonna just push through and finish this book. I know I look a mess. I feel a mess. I don't feel good at all. But the show must go on. I had this dream last night where I had the opportunity to perform with Noah Kahan. I was supposed to be playing guitar with him, and he shows me this set list. And for some reason, like, I don't know any songs. I listened to Noah Kahan, right? Like, these are not songs by him. He hands me the set list. I don't know a single song. And then I'm like, okay, well, can you like tell me the chords? I feel so bad because he's asked me to play with him. Now I don't know any of the songs. And he's like, oh yeah, it's like G, E, D, whatever. And I'm like, oh shoot, I don't know how to play guitar. So like, you telling me G, I'm like, I don't know what that looks like. Okay, so I'm about to take myself out to finish reading this book because I literally just like, I feel like when I sit in the house, I just get sicker and sicker and sicker. Is 3:18 and I just finished finale. Y'all, I would like to say that when I said that Legend was gonna be my favorite character, even when I started Caraval, I was like, Legend's like not even really in Caraval, like the first one. I was like, this Legend's gonna be my favorite character, and he is. So this book is stunning. You can really see the growth of Stephanie Garber's writing from the first book to this book. I think this is the most well-written book out of the Caraval trilogy, but part of me still thinks that the second book, Legendary, is maybe my favorite. This book is definitely very heavy as far as plot. Like, you've really got to be paying attention throughout a lot of it because I don't know, there were just a lot of times where I was reading this book where I was like, how did we get from the first one to this? Like, there's so much going on, and I love it, and it's great. And this book is honestly probably a 5-star read. I really, really love this book. It's so good. It's just, I really liked Scarlett in this book. I think she really grew into her own in this one. I love her. And honestly, for some reason, Scarlet was just giving me very like Elsa energy. I don't know if that makes sense. Part of me thinks that Tella and Scarlet are very Elsa and Anna coded. I don't know that that's true, but I didn't think the ending was rushed. I thought that the pacing of this one was the most successful pacing out of any of the books in the series. Like, this book I think was really well paced, and the stakes were definitely really high, and the character development was really good. I just think like this book was really a very worthy finale, if you will. Stephanie Garber's love interests never miss. Never miss. They're always so good. I really like this series. I really love this book. I really love this book. In the park, but I'm literally in my car in the park. So there's that. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. I know that this video is late. I got sick, okay? It's not my fault. Go follow me on Instagram, and if you're from my Instagram, hey, hi, hello, it's me. On YouTube though. I will see you guys when I see you, hopefully next Wednesday at 2.